Welcome to this Notion tutorial where I am going to explain how the Feynman template works. Feynman was a template built for those people who want to increase their knowledge or simply become a top 1% student worldwide. What does this mean? It practically has all the necessary resources to organize all your academic studies and implement them in the best possible way. And the first part I want to tell you about is the inbox. In the inbox, you can see all the resources area where you will be able to add the guidelines in Latin, and you can see it later. Then comes the knowledge area. In the knowledge area, you are going to be able to add everything that can be like a brainstorming, the archiving area, or just a weekly reflection. Then comes the central area. In the central area, you will be able to group all those resources, notes, or books that you want to have at the time of obtaining them. From here, we move on to the next integrated area, which is the navigation. The navigation is built in such a way that you can navigate through the template as smoothly as possible. What does this mean? That you can practically integrate everything that would be your course area, the Feynman method, activities, assignments, objectives, and what would be the timetable. And what would be the timetable here? I want to integrate first what would be the first part, which would be the course area or just subject. My course or simply subject. Here you can separate it by what would be institutes, course, or simply your preference, such as a language you are practicing at the time. This part is the area of organization by categories where you can separate it and see each of the general templates by part of it. Here I am going to show you what would be the Feynman method. The Feynman method was built by the following concept. That you can group it in the following way so that every time you want to get a new knowledge or just a new idea given to you, you simply apply the knowledge to it and just get it to have a better idea of the topic you are dealing with in due course. You can also group yourself with some kind of resource, some kind of image, explain it to some person, and reapply this concept so that it is engraved in your mind. It's practically one of the main ideas to have it in this category because you can present it for later and have a better idea when it comes to exporting a particular topic of your preference. Today, I want to jump here to what would be the activities and tasks, that practically these are grouped by what would be your courses, and practically the tasks would be the final area where you are going to perform each of these activities. Here, as I said before, this would be the objectives. Now, the objectives already said before are practically the achievements applied to your concurrent activities in the academic sector of your preference. They could be activities or some kind of task in general. Last but not least would be what would be your timetable sector. The schedules practically here, you can group what would be the date, the subject, or the day of your preference according to what you have agreed. To be able to continue explaining it comes the following, that would be the resources area, the notes area, and the archiving area. This last one is one of the most crucial since you will be able to group each one of the files provided by activities, resources, books, notes, or objectives, since in the future you may want to, given that in the future you will want to implement them again in your future particular topics. And for this one, I would like to show you this area that is here. This main area is practically the main inbox where you will be able to group resources, tasks, activities, and notes. Here we jump to what would be the resources area where you will be able to see the organization of all the main activities. As you can see here, there is an example applied, for example, for the language area that has 100% completed since the activities of this one are all done. In the activities area, you can see all the assignments that have not been completed, those that are in progress, and those that are completed. It also has the tasks area. You can group it by the specific days of your preference, such as previous days, the next 7 days, or simply the tasks already completed. Now from here, we jump to the resources area, the notes area, and the books area. In these, you will be able to apply books of your preference, as for example, a mathematics sector, and with the notes as an example, apply a particular exercise that you want to group. It also has a time system where you will be able to group all those goals of your choice. This category that you see here would be the objectives, where you will be able to visualize each one of the objectives that you have planned to have in the future. To visualize them during the month or during the day you are participating. Finally, I want to remind you again that the Feynman template was designed for those people who want to increase their productivity, to be an academic actor, and to become a top 1% student in the world.